What's up, everybody? I hope everybody is well this crazy evening. I see the first person in the chat says, Radioactive Eagle says, what's the stream going to be about? I have no idea. Given the crazy circumstances, and I assume a lot of people are at home, I thought that now would be a good time to, I don't know, just do a live stream and see what's going on. We do have, I guess, a couple things we could talk about. Always. People ask questions. That's for sure the best thing. That's at least what I prefer because it gives me stuff to riff on and just makes talking about stuff a little bit easier. I did have a lot of stuff planned. For a stream that I was going to do like a week ago, but it never happened. And then now it's like, dude, I don't know. I wanted to talk about like NXL predictions and stuff like that, but now given like the crazy hecticness, I think that we're not going to do that, and I'm going to plan that, and I'm going to try to do that tomorrow afternoon. So if anyone's home, probably around, I don't know, like 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time, I will probably try to do a live stream tomorrow afternoon. Yep, Corey, hello from Sac Paintball. Hello. I find it crazy that you're working. I think that at 12 p.m. you might be legally required to leave the building and not come back until April 7th. We might want to look into that. So yeah, one thing that I do want to try to say is that obviously during all this craziness that's happening throughout the United States and across the globe, specifically Italy, decreasing in China. Anyway, we all know what's happening. I'm going to continue to make videos as I can, right? We still will probably, I assume, have access to paintball products and be able to get stuff. And since I film everything at home, here we are. So there's nothing that's going to stop me from like continuing to kind of keep making this stuff. I feel that like so much stuff is happening. Like we got the NBA gone and like all these things that like, I don't know. I feel like we can keep at least making stuff. So, yeah. Yep. So we're just going to, I'm just going to start like, removing people from this channel that like, I just don't want in here. Like this person. So like, hence comments that I don't like. We're just going to like ban people. Like that person. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know. We're just going to keep making stuff and see how it goes. I did have a lot of stuff planned, though. There's like a bunch of things planned. I had all this stuff planned, and then now it's like weird because it was supposed to be for last week, and now it's already happened. But let's talk about this. Artsy skills. What's the lightest gun I can buy? The lightest current paintball gun. It's probably something weird, honestly. I would say that the Spider Victor is currently the lightest paintball gun you can buy. It's probably not like the best one, but it's probably the lightest. Yeah. Everyone says the RSX. I think that the Spider Victor is probably lighter than the Shocker. That's why I was like, that's probably not the answer you're looking for, but in reality it is, so. You bringing back the black and bleached headbands. Yeah, when I have enough money to like bulk buy headbands at some point in the future, maybe. The hard part is that like I get them manufactured, right? So they're like made to order, and I just don't have the money to like buy a bunch of headbands right now. Slayer on one, I much appreciate that. I'm gonna be living off your guys' super chats here in the future, I think. Oh no, it's about to get weird. I already don't know if I can pay rent. Already. Anyway. Axe 2.0 or the Ether 2. There's a whole entire video on this channel. Just go to YouTube and put like Ether 2 versus Axe. And I assume that my Axe 2.0, my Ether 2 review, and the Ether 2 versus Axe 2.0 video will probably come up. Watch those. Ether 2. I would choose the Ether 2. Just keep it short. Brad, just do pre-orders until you can afford to buy a ton. Dude, it's a ton though. It's like $3,500. I need like $4,000. So at this point, I cannot save $4,000. I need to like spend it. And they're made in China, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah. The Super Stanchi 170R bolt, any thoughts? I really have no idea. I have constantly go on the record as saying that, like, I don't necessarily think that a lot of these paintball upgrades do anything forever, right? I mean, I think since we've started making paintball guns, there are very few upgrades, whether it's bolts, triggers, on-off knobs, feed necks, you know, whatever it is. I don't think that a lot of them have made all that much of a difference. So I would assume that the bolt doesn't really make that big of a difference, just because historically, you know, most of the upgrade parts have not made a difference, but I don't really know. That's my educated guess, is that it doesn't really make that big of a difference. Yeah. I haven't really looked into it, though. I don't know. I have not really paid that close attention to that stuff recently, to tell you the truth. So who knows? I can tell you one thing, though, that the 170R is one of the better paintball guns ever made, and I kind of find it hard to believe that it would shoot much different. You know, autocockers had the most useful upgrades. Dan, yeah, that's very true. I was kind of thinking about that, and I was like, ever, and I was kind of like, yeah, back in the day, though, there were some stuff that were kind of cool. Like, I was like thinking about the old Matrix bolt, the like Evolve bolt, I think, for the Matrix that I had that made my gun like 40% more air efficient. And like back in the day, there were some things that like worked a little better for the old Angels that made the guns work better. And for sure, there were tons of autococker upgrades that made sense, or like stuff for the mag, but it's been a while. So it's not like nothing, but like, I mean, think about all like the not Deadly Wind. Think about all like the Tech T products. Like, dude, none of them do anything. Like, yeah, they just don't do anything. So who knows? Best paintball gun under $100 for Woods Ball. Well, let's say this. I don't really think there's a Woods Ball gun, right? I think that all these paintball guns just shoot paintballs, right? It's not like one necessarily, you know, works that better in the woods or doesn't. So, under $300, I would say the EMEC. If I was to say $300, you have $300. The EMEC, I mean, I guess the EMEC for sure. If you had like $330, you could say EMEC and Mini GS maybe. But I think if you want like a Woods Ball style gun, under $300, I don't know, man. I'll tell you what, the new Tippmann Stormer Elite is actually really cool, and that thing's $180. There will be a review on that soon on this channel. I have one out there. We're gonna do that. I wanted to do a Stormer Elite review, a Stormer Tactical, a Stormer Basic, and a Stormer Elite shooting video. I just can't think of anything like under $300 that's like Woods Ball-y that's good. Chat room. The CZR, I know, I thought about the CZR. I mean, technically it's under $300, but like, I don't know. I really don't like the CZR all that much. I would rather have an EMEC. I think the EMEC's a better gun. You know, CZR. The like, other chat is faster than this chat. That's annoying. Chat room, I want to know, Woods Ball guns under $300. You can't say like EMEC either. We already said that one. The Tippmann Raider, I don't know. Or the JT Raider? I don't know. Those things were terrible. The Cronus, yeah, but that's really the Tippmann. That's really the Tippmann Elite. It's like the same thing. I know it's all just Tippmann's, right? I guess so. Tippmann A5. The Tippmann A5 is a better gun, right? Because you get like, but it's not like as Woods Ball-y, you know? It doesn't have like a stock and like all that stuff on it. It's still not as like exciting Woods Ball-y, but it's still a Woods Ball gun for sure. I would still classify that as a Woods Ball gun, so I don't know. Maybe. Let's do that. EMEC Mini GS, or no, EMEC A5. But if you're gonna buy like an A5 or an EMEC, it's like, man, the EMEC is just so much better. I'd probably just get that. Okay, I don't know. The X7, yeah, X7. They do still make the GOG Enemy. It is still around. Yeah, that thing's terrible though. And at this point, the Enemy is only like 70 more bucks or 60 more bucks. So, crossover. The crossover is actually a kind of a neat paintball gun. If you guys don't know the crossover was a Tipman that used the same bolt as the X7 Phenom from Tipman, and it was a speedball style gun. So it was a smaller, like streamlined tube style shape paintball gun from Tipman that probably came out. Oh man, I don't know. 8 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe somewhere in there. Yeah, let's go with 10 years ago. It was an electric gun, but one of the cool like selling features was that you could just flip this switch and it became mechanical. So it could switch back and forth between like electric and mechanical. Maybe a little ahead of its time, but it was always kind of weird, right? It was like, well, if it's electric, why don't you just use it always in electric mode? And it was like, oh, what if the batteries run out? And it's like, well, yeah, but I mean, you're getting 8,000 shots off a battery, so how often are the batteries dying? So it was always kind of a weird gun. It was always kind of weird. Dan Black, Supernova. You remember that? I do remember that, but I don't really know a lot about it. The Supernova, I feel like, was like an era. Like there was like a 6 month or like a year time span where that gun was kind of interesting and cool. And it was like 3 to 4 years before me. I want to say the Novas were like, I mean, maybe the late 90s, like 96, 97, I don't know, somewhere in there. And then I didn't really start playing until like 2001. So it was like a little bit later or a little bit too early. I always liked those though. I always liked the kind of like tube shape. They always just kind of looked neat. I always liked the old Matrixes too. I'm a big fan of the old Matrix. I like those things. They're pretty cool. Miles Berea. I don't know. I have a good guess there. That's a good guess, I guessed. Speedball entry gun, $500 to $600. I would say that that's a weird price. I'd kind of wish if we could get to $700, I'd just say the 170R from Planet Eclipse. But I think 5 to 6. Man, I don't know, dude. I wouldn't buy anything in that. There's really nothing in that price. Right? I mean, I'm thinking about the Axis. There's no Axe. Technically, the Empire 6 is more. Like, everything's more or less above it. So, I would certainly say ETHA 2. It's a little cheaper than $500. Or more money. I know. The XLS is $690. The XLSs are... Dude, I get the goddamn guns confused. I get both of those prices. I get the XLS and the 170R price confused all the time. All the time. So the 170R is $700, and are the XLSs still $800? I know they keep doing like a sale, so it's super confusing. I always lose track because I feel like we're doing sales so goddamn much. It's like hard to keep track of prices. So I don't know. Will you give us more gameplay on other guns like the EMEC? Yeah, I'd like to think so. I mean, I think that most of the time when I go play, well, not most of the time when I go play, I think that most of the time when I do like a review on a better gun, and I actually like go and use it, I try to do the gameplay. Like I did the DSR gameplay, there was CS2 gameplay footage. I think there was the MacDev Prime gameplay footage. I don't remember. Yeah. I would like to do that, honestly. I just haven't played all that much recently, so it's been a little bit more difficult. Aguilar 310. I think that's what that is. I can't see. It's all small. I don't know why it's all weird and small on my screen. Were the old Angel guns, first of all, I much appreciate that $5 super chat. Like, you guys know, that helps me pay my bills. Were the old Angel guns really that good, or were they just expensive? Maybe both. Never shot one. Out of price range back then. I shoot a CS2 now. Well, CS2 is way better than any gun I've ever made. Nick Sloviak, how are you, sir? I hope that GI Sports is doing good. I don't know. I assume all hell's breaking loose. I know that people are calling you guys, trying to get you to give them free paint and shit like that. There's paintball fields calling GI, and they're like, hey guys, you want to front us some paint for like a couple months? I'm like, what? We can't just give away paint. How do you expect us to make money? Anyway. I know, dude. All kinds of crazy times. Thank you, sir. Really. Angels, old Angels. So, yes. So one of the reasons, like, say, like 2001 or 2000, when Angels, everybody used Angels, it seemed like. During that time, there was just nothing else. Like, there was just nothing else that was good, right? So we can kind of see like Angels as really, I think, Eclipse guns now, but not as dramatic. So definitely in like 2000, 2001, there were Angels, there were Matrixes, Impulses were kind of around. There were people still using autocockers. There were some other guns out there, but like those Impulses sucked. I mean, really, they were big and weird and kind of made like shit. Matrixes were super inefficient and not reliable. So Angels were made extremely well. I mean, much better than everything else. They were very reliable, but they definitely were loud and kicked more than some of the other guns. But their reliability, I think, and just like quality is what made them so popular. And I kind of feel like that is what we're seeing with Eclipse right now, right? I mean, they're just making a gun, quality and reliability wise, that's just better than everybody else, and no one's caught up to them. It's not as dramatic. I mean, you could go to like an MPPL tournament in like, 2001 or something like that, and there'd be 95% of the people be using Angels. It was crazy. It's definitely not like that with Eclipse guns. So like, I think that they were for sure better guns, but I mean, it's also price has something to do with like that appeal. And I don't even know if they're necessarily more money. I mean, they were definitely expensive. I mean, they were $1,500 in like 2001, but there were other guns that were expensive too. I mean, there were custom autocockers and like custom auto mags and like there were a lot of other custom guns out there that were expensive, but there really wasn't anything else out there that was just $1,500 or $1,200 from the factory or whatever it was. Yeah. Yep, like Rennick, he says, the days of Angels and Intimidators being the go-to. Yeah, for sure. It was like that. It was like, oh, buy an LCD. If someone came into the paintball and they're like, I want the best tournament gun, it was like, oh, buy an Angel LCD. That's just what you did. Man, I hate how like the stream elements thing like just random ass stops working. It's so annoying. Yeah, and the same with Intimidators too. They were just like, boop, buy an Intimidator. It was easy, and I was one of those guys too. The Ultimate Rental, I appreciate that. From Canada, hopefully you're well in Canada. Your Canadian medical system. I could tell you what, we were sure wishing we had your socialized medicine. Hey Brad, why did you get rid of your CS2? Just because I needed money. I mean, I wasn't playing that much. I mean, I played like twice or three times with the thing, and I had it like a year and a half, and my back has been hurt and progressively getting better. But I just sold it because I just need the money. I mean, really. Yep. I hate when I have like something expensive just sitting. Like I have 3 bikes right now, bicycles, and like I really want to sell one of them, but I hate it. I hate selling a bike, and I hate that it's just sitting out there, sitting around. Yeah, I really appreciate those super chats, guys. Thank you so much. Really, 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 really. It is awesome. Your health insurance covers your paintball membership. Really? Does it? That's crazy. As like a preventative health thing, that's actually probably not a bad idea. Yeah. Has COVID-19 affected paintball near you? Well, I should tell you guys that I live in Sacramento, California, and earlier today, the State Board of Health, I don't know, or someone, the county, is by law mandating everybody to stay in their homes. And they're going to start enforcing that today at 11:59 p.m. So by the force of law and law enforcement, they're going to require everyone to stay inside. That is certainly going to affect paintball fields. That is until April 7th. So yeah, I presume there won't be a lot of people playing at the paintball fields this weekend. I still think the CS2 is the best gun. I heard a video you said you don't like how it shot. Oh no, no. Well, I don't know, right? The CS2 is the best gun, right? I think the CS2 for sure is the best gun made. I mean, I kind of like argue with myself and like haggle about like not haggle, but like talk to myself about like if the EMAC is better than the CS2 only because it's like $200 compared to $1,500, you know? So I still think the CS2 is the best gun, but I like the guns that kick a little bit more and are a little more poppy and snappy when they shoot. So it's a little bit more like quicker and like, I don't know, just poppier when they shoot. And I really liked the way my Geo 3.5 shot. It kind of shot like that. It was a little more snappy and poppy. And then the CS2 is a little bit more smoother and like airier, which I don't like. I prefer that like harder, like hit and shot. I don't know. I like that feedback. I don't know. I'm just used to it, I guess. It's like when I go shoot a Lux or, you know, like the old Matrixes or something. It's like, I don't like those because they're very soft and like, I don't like that. So I still think that yeah, CS2 is awesome. I just, you know, I don't know. I like that little like popping a little more. Thank you again. I appreciate it. I will be safe. I'm gonna be fine. I worry about the people in my life that won't be safe. So let's protect those other people, right? Geo 4 or LV 1.6. I have no idea. Who knows? I don't know. I hope that we like. I don't know. Has anybody bought from Amazing PB? I don't know. I've heard a lot about him though. He's pretty legit. Everyone seems to be very happy with him. So I would trust that guy. I think that's what your probably question is. Yeah. He is trustworthy, I would say. If he starts stealing stuff, who knows? Because he's like the most trustworthy individual, one person I think in like the buy sell trade thing. Just as everyone says. I lost track of something. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was talking about. Anyway, we will carry on to Nick. I appreciate that, Nick, very much. As always. Brad, it's great to see you doing this. I'm going to continue. So, like, if you guys are just coming into this or, like, just skips the middle of this for some reason, I would like to, since we're all home so much and, like, I am home all the time anyway, we're going to do live streams more. One of the things that I like, I want to, like, not skip you, Nick, please. Nick, I appreciate that. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to try and keep doing this. So I will, because there's so many people home and, like, maybe not doing stuff, I will be trying to do more of these live streams through the day, maybe just to see what's up and just randomly be like, what's going on? Maybe not have anything planned, but I'll obviously still answer questions. And I'm going to also continue to try to make videos, so I'm not going to, like, just do something else. I mean, I don't know. So I'll hopefully continue to get stuff like that LV 1.6, hopefully pretty soon. And I'm at least able to talk about it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to the paintball field and use it and actually shoot it, but I don't know. But we'll at least try to do a review on it. So, yeah. But I much appreciate it. I don't know, there's something else I was going to say. So we're just going to try to continue doing this stuff. I was in the middle of talking about something and I totally forgot. So if it was something that someone wanted me to continue talking about, let's just continue talking about that. just remind me. I totally forgot. Alex, what is your day job? Has it affected at all? I do mostly this. I actually do a lot of stuff. So it's all paintball related though. So like I work at a paintball store twice a week. I probably won't do that anymore. I worked for a paintball website. I'm not doing that anymore. And then YouTube stuff. So I don't know. Hopefully YouTube is able to pay my bills from now on, since we've lost jobs. Also had a sponsored video that was supposed to come out in 2 weeks. It's been canceled as well. So that kind of sucks. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I think that one thing that we can do, one thing that I think could be helpful, whether it's for paintball people or not, right, is that like obviously a lot of businesses will be struggling, and I did see that a lot of suggested things from like for restaurants and stuff was buying gift cards. So maybe if there's a paintball field or a paintball store in your area that you frequent, buying gift cards could be kind of a cool thing. It's a way for you to give money to that business. It's kind of like an IOU, right? They owe you some gear or owe you some paint or something like that. I think it's a good idea. Whether it's for paintball or it's if you're into hockey or whatever it is, you know? Yeah. Now is a time to probably like be cool to everybody. And helping people in other ways other than just money. So yeah. The Ultimate Rental, again, dude. Canadians. Mason PB, I think that's how you pronounce that, right? Masons, we should say, is the best used gear place to buy online. Dude, yeah, I've only heard great stuff. I mean, I never buy anything. Used or new, really. So I've never really looked, but I've only ever seen good stuff. I really like how his pictures are good and consistent. I am big on that. So having consistency in the photos is a very good thing, and it allows you to actually like see the difference. Virtue Elite Podpacker HK Army Magtech. I am preferential. Oh, I took it away. I had the Virtue Pack back there the other day, but it's gone now. I like the Virtue Pack. I like that Virtue Pack. It's got a big pocket in the back, and I like how I have that stow pocket. You know, but I think both of those are good. I think the Virtue one's more comfortable, but maybe not made as durably. I think the HK fabric and materials are a little bit more rugged and strong, but I also think that makes it not as comfortable. But who knows? How am I coping with lockdown? Dude, I've been on lockdown for a long time. The reason that this channel is so infrequent is because my whole life is locked down. One thing that I think is crazy is in Italy they banned cycling. They don't want people to ride bikes around because they don't want people to go to the emergency room after crashes. I was like, man, that is crazy. Just crazy. Just crazy. Yeah. Yep, economy. Yep. Hey, Brad, I was wondering if the 170R fed kinda felt. We're gonna go with probably felt kind of stretched out and pointy like a Vanquish or a Lux. I want something long. Nope, I don't think so. I definitely think that the Vanquish feels longer. I don't know if they're actually longer though, you know what I mean? Like if we actually measured it, because there's so many things that like make them feel longer and like the angles of stuff and whatever. So I think the Vanquish feels longer than any Lux, but the Lux definitely feels longer than the 170R. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, you know, it's like quarter of an inch, you know, like crazy. Yeah, for sure. My biggest problem with the 170R is the length of the foregrip. The foregrip is just not long enough, and my hand does not fit in the foregrip. I don't have a gun here. It's in my bag. It's way over there. I'm not digging it out. The length, I think it's over there. I don't know. Yeah, length of the foregrip. It doesn't fit my hand that well. That's my biggest problem. What's the best barrel kit for the Mini GS? Tim wants to know. kit. So like stuff that's already prepackaged together. It's hard because I always struggle with like if someone's just like, what's the best barrel? What's the best barrel kit? I would probably say either the Field 1 AccuLock or the Freak XL. Those are the two best barrel kits. And I honestly don't, whatever, buy either one of those. They're both very good. I don't think that either one of them is going to be that different. But it's difficult, right? I think that buying a $200 barrel kit for your $300 paintball gun is just weird. You know, like it's just weird. So it's hard. Like it's just odd. So like I struggle with that, right? Like it's hard to say like buy this $220 barrel kit for your $300 paintball gun. It's just weird. So I lean more towards suggesting the Freak Junior to people, or maybe the Freak Inline. So Freak Junior is like $100. You're gonna get the shorter inserts, which I don't think make a difference. There's actually a video on this channel where I like tested the difference between the old Freak and the XL larger inserts. Couldn't tell the difference. So I kind of like that idea of going with like $110 barrel kit, the Junior, or the inline Freak that is like $70. You do get one insert with those though. One insert, one barrel, and then you can like maybe buy a couple more inserts or buy them as you need them. Yeah, I like that idea. I think the Freak XL might be a little better. The AccuLock maybe is a little better, but it's just weird when we're talking about these $300 guns, you know, putting $200 barrel kits on. I don't know, it's just odd. But it's difficult too because like, Sal, best advice on the internet. I thank you. I think so too. Only about some stuff. Barrel kits. Let's talk about barrels. I could give you the best advice on what paintball gun to buy, what barrel to buy, and what tank to buy. That's all. That's all. Yeah. So I just think it's weird spending lots of money on these barrel kits on these guns. Maybe if like you're like, paintball is the best thing I've ever done. It's insane. And you're like, I love this Mini GS, but you know, in like a couple months or a year, I'm gonna get a better gun. I'm gonna start saving up. Then maybe get a better barrel kit, and then you could use that better barrel kit on a better gun or something like that. I don't know. But then it also gets weird because most of the better guns have better barrels and you don't need a barrel kit. Jordan says, I'll break the eye pipe on the DSR. I don't know if you meant to say put I'll break it, but that is very true. That's very observant of yourself. Because one thing, the DSR, it's like the dye eye pipes. Everyone's always saying like, I don't ever break the eye pipe. I'm like, yeah, you don't. But I could not tell you how many guns I've seen with messed up eye pipes that people have broken. So it's a problem. Do you think the NXL will host an event in SoCal anytime soon? Jake asks. Jake, I would love there to be a SoCal event because I could get to that a little easier. I could take a boat. I could take a boat to the tournament. Yes, I could take a boat. That would be cool. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the Virginia tournament, but we're taking a boat. We're going to go through the Panama Canal. Do I think they'll have an event in LA? No, unfortunately not. I don't think, unless something dramatically changes, I don't see like them having an event there. Mainly because we've done it before. Like the MPPL has done it, the PSP has done it. A lot of bigger events and like tournament leagues have done it, and they just don't get the numbers, right? It's just difficult. So when the NXL looks at locations, one of the things that they look at is how close the other people are. Scott, I appreciate that. Australian. I'm on quarantine. Our whole county's on quarantine. I can't leave my house. I appreciate that. I'm not leaving. I don't know. I just think of Australia, right? And I'm like, what is going on in Australia? That's why I bring up, I don't know what I'm doing either. I'm not like pledging, I'm like swearing on a Bible or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Thank you, Scott. And I lost my train of thought. So, yep. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Who knows? This is the problem with reading the chat. Is like I'm just riffing here. I don't have any of this planned, and then I like instantly lose my thought process. Instantly forget what I'm talking about. Jordan Sparks. Who's Jordan Sparks? NXL cities. There we go. Yeah. So one of the things the NXL, the PSP, MPPL, all those people look at is like where the people are, right? So when you have an event in LA and you look around the whole radius of Los Angeles, there's not a lot of people, really. I mean, it's LA, and then Phoenix is kind of close. Vegas is kind of close. I mean, it's still like, 4 hours away. And those are the two only close cities. That's about all. I mean, you got San Diego. I mean, I understand there's like 30 million people in Southern California. But when they have an event in Chicago, or when they're doing it in Virginia or something like that, there are a lot of people near Chicago. I mean, you got like Detroit and Milwaukee and like all these huge cities that can draw in all these other teams. And when you're having them in Southern California or Phoenix, you're not getting those teams, really. I mean, there's just no teams. And there are so many like local teams that actually play in the NXL. Like I would bet like 30 to 40% of the teams that play these events only play the one that's local. Yeah. So it's kind of cool to, not cool, but that's why they're not having them in LA, because the people aren't showing up. They're not getting a lot of those like other local teams that they normally get. I mean, it's easy. You can just like look at the numbers, really. I mean, it's like LA one year and it's like 80 less teams than Chicago. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, well, that makes sense. There's Jordan Sparks. Hello, Jordan Sparks. Why? I don't know. I don't know why I saw your name and someone said Jordan Sparks and I'm like, who's Jordan Sparks? I really have no idea who Jordan Sparks is, but hello, Jordan Sparks. I just saw a comment that said Jordan Sparks Shocker XLS, and I'm like, Jordan Sparks, do I know you? I appreciate that. If I do, even if I don't know you, that's appreciative. Thank you, sir. I feel like I know you. Riley Cobb, what's going on? What do you think of the Cyborg 6 taking over for my CS2 Pro? I think the Cyborg 6 is a terrible paintball gun, and I would not buy one. Yeah. That's my opinion on the Cyborg 6. Is the V-Force grill foam actually good quality foam? I'm thinking of it being my next mask, but the foam looks like low quality. Yeah, it's not the greatest, for sure. Definitely the foam on like, they're just not reliable. I mean, those things are terrible. There's a reason why no one uses them. Like, how many people do you know that have a Cyborg? No one, because they suck. I mean, in reality, like, I get it. Like, it's like it took me forever to buy an Eclipse gun because, like, everyone has the goddamn Eclipse guns. It's annoying, but they're the best. I mean, you can't, they really are. Yeah. It's just not reliable. The MacDev guns aren't made well. They're just not, it's designed poorly. They had all kinds of weird problems with the regulators and the solenoid when it was released. I mean, it might be better now, but I'd avoid. Yeah. Yeah, so the foam's definitely better on some of the other masks, for sure. Like, it's triple density and dual density and maybe a little bit more rugged and gonna last longer on some of the other masks. But, like, I don't know, the grill is also cheaper than a lot of the other masks, Like, it's not as good, the foam's not as good as the i5 or the Command or, whatever mask. But those masks are twice the price, too. I actually like the grill quite a bit, and I don't think that the foam matters at all. Really, I think that the shape and like the way it just feels on your head is gonna like dictate comfort way more than that foam will. But it is nice to have the foam last a little bit longer. Randy G, I appreciate that, dude. That $5, much, much, much so appreciated. For real. I do, man. Really, it helps me pay rent. Yeah. Nima, I think that's right. Dude, Iran, I hope you're well. I know it's going fucking down, dude. It's going fucking down in Iran. Iran? I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. It is going down though. I know, I watch. I understand. It's going down here too. They just put my city on lockdown, kinda. So they're legally in like at midnight tonight. They're gonna like require us to stay inside until April 7th. Yeah. I hope everyone's well. I know it's fucking crazy. I feel like I was gonna make a joke the other day on Twitter, and I was like, human update 256.78 is 15% complete, or something like that. I mean, one thing that we'll definitely learn lessons from all this. What Tim wants to know what the best mask on a budget is. So I like to say a couple things. Let's go with cheapest. Well, I don't know. Let's go with a bunch of different options. So like, I definitely like the JT Pro Shield. I mean, you can find Pro Shields for like $45. They're very good masks. I mean, they're $49. They're $50. They come with a thermal lens. They breathe extremely well. I mean, the Pro Shield might be one of the better values out. V-Force Pro Shield. Some people are kind of saying some things in here. I would say the Vio, the Ascend. The Ascend is also a good one. The Ascends are kind of getting up there in price though. I mean, well, they're $100. There are so many good masks. I mean, I'm just gonna keep naming them. It's like the ProFlex. What else we got out there? I'm like blanking on all this stuff. All the V-Force masks. Huge fan of the grill and the profiler. I mean, I have like a profiler right behind me. No, I don't. But I do own a profiler. There's a profiler down there. You can't see it. Maybe it's right there. Love that thing. There is a Flex, an E-Flex. I mean, you can get those for $70 now. There's so many. There's really probably like 7 masks that are all really good. And I think there's more masks probably in that $100 or under $100 price that I like. God, there's so many, right? ProFlex, E-Flex, Pro Shield, Grill, Profiler. Those are the 5. Those are the ones I like. Yeah. The base GSO with a dual pane. The problem is they don't really sell those anymore. So like, I have one. This is one right here. Like that is the base GSO with a light smoke thermal lens. But like, they don't really make, you can't really buy them anymore. So it's hard. I don't know. Brian, I hope you're good. It's been a while too, bud. I appreciate that, dude. I do need coffee money because I go through coffee like crazy. As we can see, I actually broke my French press yesterday. Look at that. It's totally broken. Thankfully, it still works though. Look at that. Broco. It's kind of probably dangerous. Nate says, I've been looking. Yeah, we'll do the control. Hold on, I actually have a control over there. Let's answer Nate, and then I'll do control. I'll talk about the control. Push Unite. I like the Push Unite. I think the Push Unite is for sure one of the better high-end masks. I really like that magnetic chin strap. It breathes really well. Fan of the rubber. I think I like the masks that are like solid colors. I don't really like the print mask. I think that the solid colored ones, like just black or like all red or whatever, their plastic's a little nicer because when they're doing the patterned versions, like the camo ones or whatever, they're actually like laying a print on them. So it changes the feel of it a little bit more. It's a little bit more stiff. So I think I like the solid color ones more, but they breathe really well. They're all really comfortable. Fan of the push mask. I think that probably most similar mask is probably the Dye i5. That's probably the 2 masks that most people are comparing in that price. I think that the Unite, the push mask, breathes a little bit better, but I do think that the Dye masks, the i5 is a little more comfortable. But I think if I were going from one between those two, I like the rubber of the push mask. I like the way it breathes a little bit better. Push. Yeah. That's my thoughts. Okay, so Bunker, hold on a second. I'm gonna grab 2 things. Okay. So we're gonna compare, maybe not compare, maybe just talk a little bit. There's a guy calling me. We'll call a guy back. So 2, right? There are Bunker King Control, Virtue Spire 3. So this is the Control. Virtue's, not Virtue, I should say Bunker King's newest hopper. So this is, we'll say it looks completely different, right, than the Spire, but just like the Virtue Spires, it is based on, I shouldn't say just like the Virtue Spire, but I should say the command or control, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get these names confused. The Bunker King Control is just like that Virtue Spire, has that Spire internals. So it's not really all that different. I mean, you look at the things and like, you're like, yeah, I mean, it's the same thing pretty much. The only thing I've noticed right away, I mean, obviously, you can tell that it does have the spring ramp. So the Spire 3s do come with that spring ramp. But I also really like this. So the new cone is way more cut away. That's having a hard time focusing. It's way more cut. So you can see it's missing really like almost, I don't know, most of that internal structure. Whereas this thing, the other one is got like way more on there. So just having that lighter weight Spire, that like drive cone or whatever, makes the internals just rotate faster. So it's able to feed quicker. One thing that I kind of don't like though, with the control is, I'll put this stuff back together. We should also say this too. So this is kind of neat how this whole tray is magnetic. So you kind of have to slide it into the front and then it's all just kind of magnets. And it's in there, like, it comes out a little bit. What's funny is like I was doing the B-roll for this hopper the other day and I could not get the thing to fly out. And then right there I get it to fly out. But it's in there, right? Like it's not gonna come out when you're playing, mainly because this top shell pushes the tray down so it actually physically can't move out. But I don't really like how the shells don't seem as thick. I feel like the shells are a little bit thicker. And maybe the way that the Spire just closes and kind of like seals itself or something, I feel like it's a little bit more stable or sturdy, or I don't know, better constructed. Because I feel like when you squeeze this thing, there's definitely more flex and like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel as nice. But I don't know if that matters, right? Like it not feeling as nice and maybe not feeling as like rugged or sturdy. I don't know if that matters because I still don't think that we're gonna see any problems as far as like durability or it working well. One thing that I was kind of waiting to do for this video, to do the review on this, is I really wanted to be able to go out there and test the paint angle indicator. So these definitely have, we're gonna like make that stop. On the back of there, that LED will actually tell you the level of the hopper. So if I angle it up, it goes red, or down, it goes red. But if you're right level, it'll go green. So it goes green there to indicate to you which, or I should say what angle your hopper's at, so you can kind of like, I don't know, kind of line it up so you can shoot back center to back center better. So you know if your hopper is too low or too high, you can kind of get at that right angle. I don't know how that's gonna work with people at different heights though. So like I'm 6'5", you know, and when I shoot my gun and, you know, say like, I don't know, really short snake player who's 5 foot tall, I mean, say he's shooting off the break, I mean, we're 1.5 foot height difference. I mean, that's gonna be a big deal. So how that's gonna work accurately, I don't know, and I don't think it will. I think it's more of a gimmick. Yeah. But overall, I like it. I think that Virtue and Bunker King both make fantastic products. And I don't know, those are kind of like my first ideas or like notices about the control. And I'm gonna consistently say command and control and mix up those names. I like how it's kind of a bit smaller, or quite a bit smaller, I should say. I mean, you can like kind of like maybe look at the two and like tell that it's a little smaller. I mean, it's kind of hard to see in this video, but it's a little bit shorter, which is cool. So control. I'm gonna say like command all the time. So we're gonna have to get used to. We're gonna have to get a little bit used to it. Height is irrelevant. Oh, I don't know. You sure about that? I don't know. I am not sure. Do you think paintball is dying? I don't know. You know, like I've always been like, I've been around paintball for so goddamn long that I do get a little bit like pessimistic. How much does it weigh? I actually don't know. I will have that information at some point though. I don't know how much it weighs. I also just thought, because I also have the rechargeable battery in that. I don't have double A's. Yeah, one thing that I've always been like pessimistic, I think, about paintball. I'm always like, I don't know. I'm just not very like positive about it. I don't know. But this past year apparently has been a very busy year. I mean, if you talk to the paint people, apparently this last year, 2018, 2019 was one of the more busy years for paintball recently. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Those are the people who could really tell you. It's the people that are selling paint, you know? I mean, because we have to buy paint to play paintball. So, I think that most of them could probably tell you whether it's busy or not. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. And the EMEC has been bringing people in like crazy. I think that having a good product, that's been my like one of my big issues with paintball all the time, is that we don't really have good products for people to use, you know? Like, I mean, you know, like the CS2 is great and like the Spire is awesome, but like those are products that people are buying way into their paintball journey, not the first time playing. So getting like good, inexpensive products into people's hands where they have like good first-time experiences, I think is crucial, right? Because if you go out there and like the gun's breaking paint, shooting all over, and like you're a 10-year-old and it's loud and it's kind of like crazy, kicky and weird, you know, like that's maybe not fun. But getting a gun in someone's hands that shoots good paint and works well and is reliable and like all those things, I think is a pretty big deal. So I think that the EMEC certainly has the potential to just make people think that paintball isn't pathetic, you know, like, because, you know, I mean, you guys know the guns that we use now compared to 15 years ago, the good stuff is way better. But like, they're still using the same shitty Tipman rentals, you know? So like, the high-end stuff is so much better, but all this low-end stuff still sucks. You know, the EMEC's the only good, like, you know, cheap gun in reality. Deadly Wind H-Air upgrade for an EMEC, $100. Your thoughts? Is it $100 or is it 80? I don't know. Either way, yeah. I don't know. I think that it's difficult. I don't think it makes sense, right? For the average person, it's stupid to buy. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the EMEC's $200, you know, when you spend $100 on a part, it just seems odd. But it's very cool. I mean, I think it's neat. That's one thing that I want to do, is try to like make like the ultimate EMEC. And maybe it'll be a video. I don't know. That sounds like a good idea, right? Yeah, we should probably do that. That sounds like a good idea. Where I get an EMEC and then put the H-Air valve or whatever they're calling that on the inside. I want to get like a different feed neck and the pops on off and a barrel kit and a body kit and like do like a bunch of stuff. Make it all crazy looking. I think that would be cool, but that's insane, right? Then you're left with a $900 EMEC. So, like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, the EMEC is cool because it's $200. I mean, if you're gonna do all that stuff, you might as well just buy the M170R. You know, like, I'd rather have that gun than an EMEC. So I don't know. I don't know about all the upgrades. I think it's weird. I don't think that they're bad or don't work. It's just odd, right? Jordan Sparks, I appreciate that $5 super chat, sir. Or ma'am, sir. What are some of the most durable paintball pants regardless of price? Looking at Carbon SC and Bunkerkings Supreme version 2, but I don't know, thanks. Well, I would say the SC stuff is not durable. Any of these pants that don't have knee pads, probably aren't durable. Unless they're like, you know, camo pants from like the military. You know, those are not padded paintball pants, but they're durable. But most of the lightweight stuff, so like the carbon stuff is not probably going to be the most durable. The Bunker King like fly pants that are super lightweight are not the most durable. Most of those pants are not super durable. So I would say that the Supreme pants are probably going to be more durable, but I would say the most durable pants on the market are still the Exalt T4 Thrasher pant. They're very nice. They're made of super high quality materials. They're made very well. They're like $130, $120, so they're like kind of middle priced. But they definitely have a lot of padding. But all of the pants that are going to be super durable are going to be heavier and have a lot of padding because that's kind of how they become durable. Yeah. Used CS1 or 170R. Everyone says 170R. I don't know, dude. I mean, I'd rather have the 170R, but I think that, I don't know. Try to go shoot a CS1, see how it goes. Yeah. I've heard the PB rack pants are very durable. That's true, most likely. I mean, I've not had as much experience with the PB rack pants as we've had with the Exalt stuff, so I couldn't 100% tell you. But they're definitely made very well, that's for sure. I mean, I think for the most part, a lot of the PB rack stuff I like. I really like their pack. They have the really basic armadillo pads are really nice. I was looking around. I know I have the armadillo elbow pads still here somewhere. Yeah, I like the PB rack stuff. Their pants just are insane though, so I just can't. I just can't do their pants. So, would you recommend the HK joggers for light pants? Yeah, I like all the HK pants. All the HK pants are cool. Whether it's their hard line, whether it's free line, whether it's those retro joggers or the free line joggers or regular jogger or the TRK track jogger, all their pants are cool. Yeah. I don't like joggers, so I'm over joggers. I feel like the joggers are over. Joggers aren't cool anymore. So like, I feel like joggers were skinny jeans. So skinny jeans, I mean, we started wearing skinny jeans before skinny jeans were a thing and you had to wear girls' pants. So, and then now everyone wears skinny jeans. But that's why I don't wear skinny jeans anymore. I mean, look at my pants. I got big ass corduroys on. Skinny jeans aren't cool anymore, you know? So joggers are also not cool anymore, guys. Although you're not going to find that stance in a lot of places. Because most people that are playing paintball aren't cool. Tips, guys. Most people that play paintball don't dress cool. So I don't know if we're taking fashion tips from paintball. Comp paintball. How are you, sir? Vegas thoughts. What about Vegas? Dude, I don't know. I would say that I'm definitely happy that the Ironman won. I mean, maybe not just specifically the Ironman, but any of these teams, you know, like I'm just glad Impact and Heat and like the Russians and like whoever. I'm just glad one of those teams didn't win. I always like it when these other teams win. The underdog team wins. The goddamn scoreboard was a nightmare. I mean, how in the hell you watch paintball or any sport without knowing the score or the time? It's impossible. It's goddamn impossible. It's like, you just can't do it. It's like, I'd be watching the NXL and look away for 15 seconds and you look back and you're like, oh shit, that's right. Is that the score or not? I don't know if that's the score in the right time. They're all in the back center. That must be the right score. No, that's not the right score. Why are they moving? It's like so hard to watch. It's like impossible. I mean, it could be dead silent and there's a score. You gotta have a scoreboard. I don't know. It was just hard. JT team pants are back. Are we buying Jinkos again? Okay, so maybe not like big. I would say like skinny jeans and joggers aren't cool anymore. But I don't know if I'm willing to go like, you know, like 84-inch pant legs yet. That might be a little bit too big. I'm fine with the JT pants being like that size. Like if you get the size that fit, that's a normal size pant. But one thing I don't like about the JT pants though is the goddamn knee pads. Like if they didn't have knee pads, I would probably like them. I just can't stand those knee pads. Yeah. Well, I'm probably going. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. So one thing, like, let me pull something up real fast. So there are definitely topics that we can talk about tomorrow. So I'm gonna try, tomorrow we'll try and do, let's see. Okay, live stream after Paintball Extravaganza. I was gonna try to do this live stream after Paintball Extravaganza, but I did not do that. So that's what we're reading here. I was gonna talk about the Bunkerking pods. One thing that we have never talked about, and I'm totally not ready because I had to redo all this freaking OBS crap the other day. We're definitely going to talk about NXL canceling Texas. So I'm going to have some more, we'll say like formulated ideas about the NXL canceling a tournament. And then maybe hopefully talk about that. And then we'll talk about the CS2 mechanical frame. And then I'll maybe have some more LV 1.6 and then Geo4 thoughts. I'll have like maybe some first thought views. And this is kind of an interesting thing if you guys want to look at something that I actually meant to mention in the last review we did. What review? I can't remember what review was last on the channel. Let me look at the list real fast. The Force, the Field 1 Force. So let me double check something. This is probably not too exciting, but nothing exciting is going to happen from here out, guys. So yeah, there's actually, if you want, I mean, there's, I don't know, whatever. I was going to say that, might as well. Okay, I'm putting a link in the description to a website that is my website, the Paintball Ruined My Life website. There's a link in the description under a thing called links. You go to pbrml.com/scores or paintballruinedmylife.com/scores, or you can follow the link in the description and it will take you, I would like to be more ready for this, and I was the other day, but yeah. Okay, so why do I have to like get rid of like fucking idiots? I swear to God. Like, don't you have more like don't you have something else to do? Or like, I don't know. Just like make people waste time in their lives. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Rennick, thank you. You caught those. Just ban those assholes. Just completely ban them. I don't care. Just ban whoever you want. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so paintballruinedmylife.com/scores will take you to a website that looks like this. You're probably not gonna be able to see this because it's wonky on this goddamn thing, but it looks like that. So I want to start like categorizing and like, what if we turn the screen brightness all the way down? Look at that. So it's just a bunch of scores, and I've like categorized and like given values to different categories on paintball guns. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. So there's a category for sound, kick efficiency, ergonomics, reliability, ease of use, features, value, desirability, total. Yeah. I'm actually going to talk about this more tomorrow. I'll be more prepared for that tomorrow too. There's a lot of guns in there though, and it's kind of an interesting way to like keep a tally on everything. So right now the CS2 is at the very top of that list. At the very bottom, the Azoden Chaos 2. Paintball Ruin My Life mugs. I don't know, like that one? I don't know, it's technically possible. You guys can go buy headbands and t-shirts and all kinds of cool Paintball Ruin My Life merch right now. Will you go live at the same time tomorrow, Alex? Probably not, no. Earlier. Today I would have gone earlier too. I would have probably done it 1 or 2. But there was an incident outside that I had to take care of. It was crazy. Okay, Sean, you are going to get banned. See you later, buddy. I don't like that kind of shit. Not Sean. Why did I say Sean? I meant to say King Arthur. I don't know why I said Sean. Yeah, so I don't want to say exactly at 2 o'clock, but somewhere around there, 1 or 2. I mean, I'd like to, like I said, I'd like to try to do these more consistently over the next month or something like that, or whatever. So I don't want to set a time because my days aren't super consistent, and especially now, you know, so I don't know. But 12 to 2 Pacific time is what I would like to try to shoot for, so. And tomorrow I'll have like some things planned. Thoughts on the Tippmann Stormer Elite? Tippmann Stormer Elite. Robert Moon, I'm going to assume that's you. I really hope you guys are good. Really. Stay safe. I appreciate that. All the paintball stores and everything's closing. We're all going to die. I don't know. I shouldn't say die. I didn't mean die. I meant like paintball was gonna die or something. Dude, really. Made me lose my train of thought though. Yeah, so I don't want to necessarily plan these. Someone Tippmann Stormer, something about Stormer Elite. Yeah, Stormer Elite. I'm gonna have literally probably Stormer Elite review on the channel this very soon. So I'm gonna shoot the Stormer review tomorrow, and yeah, so Stormer review I'm gonna try to shoot tomorrow, edit tomorrow, and then I don't know when it's gonna go up, but soon I'm gonna guess. So I like it so far. I think that the Tippmanns are freaking awesome. I mean, like, you can't really go wrong with the Tippmanns. I really like how it's 180 bucks. Grip frame's awesome, so we're looking forward to it. How about the Empire 6 1.5? Should I upgrade from my Axe 2.0? I don't know. I like the Empire 6 a lot, so I don't know. Bo, how are you, sir? Dude, that's so crazy. So, Bo Roulette, right there. I've known that guy. We played on a paintball team called the Rodontos. The Rodents. Rodents. I said that weird, too. The Rodents. Back in the day. I mean, this was like 2004? Something like that? Long ass time ago. Anyway. Could the NXL possibly run professional games over the weekends of the next few weeks to keep people entertained? No. Nope. I know that the NXL has talked about, and we've like discussed, and they've talked about standalone events before for pros only, but like they lose money on the pro field, you know? So like, yeah, if they were able to make money, I'm sure they would, you know, but the only way they're able to even have the professional field playing matches is because of the money from the divisional fields, you know? Yeah, or they'd probably do it. I mean, you know, why not? I mean, it'd be great to have, like, pro-only tournaments and, like, you know, whatever, but, yeah. There's just no money. Because the pros pay entry, yes, but there's so many more refs on that field and, like, staff to facilitate the pro league that they lose money on the pro field. So who knows? I don't think it's gonna happen though. I think that if somehow like Go Sports, we all of a sudden like quadrupled the amount or like 10 times the amount of Go Sports subscriptions, they could probably do it. So, phone's bonging. Yeah, if Go Sports all of a sudden had like 15 times more people or, you know, whatever, I imagine. But I don't think that they're making enough money to like, yeah, realistically do it. Are all the paintball places closed? I don't know. I mean, as Tom Joe asks, I mean, they should be. I mean, I think legally they're going to be required to here in Sacramento tomorrow. So. But what do you say? The other leagues... That other league died that never started. Yeah, probably the NPL. The NPL. Yeah, I mean, like, for those of us around paintball, like, unfortunately, I never really expected it to happen either. Yeah. I mean, dude, paintball's so much goddamn money. Like, to put on these tournaments is so much goddamn money, and, like, you need lots of money. Tom, do I still enjoy paintball? I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't dislike it, but like, I just have been around in paintball for so long, you know, at this point it's just like part of life. So, I don't know. I was certainly burnt out on like owning a store and like doing all that stuff, and yeah, I didn't like it. That was terrible. I like Tom's questions. If you were free, would you rather play paintball or basketball? It depends on who it's with. I think that there's people I'd rather play paintball with and people I'd rather play basketball with. But if I were just to go do one, I would rather go play paintball because I think that I have more fun, I think, when I play paintball. Because when I go play paintball, it's like an all-day thing. And I typically will know a lot of people and we joke around. And I think have more fun playing paintball. But I have more fun playing paintball because of like the people and like the fun and the messing around and like just having a good time rather than the paintball. I think that like that kind of shows in some of the videos, like we were talking about the EMEC gameplay video that I did, I don't know, like a year ago or something like that. In that whole video, it's just me kind of like messing around the whole time, right? Like I'm not running off the break. I kind of wait in the back and like work my way around and I'm like yelling at people to do things and like we're just having fun. And I like that way more because basketball, we're definitely competitive and it gets like real, so. Matt Wakaitis, we were talking about you. Well, kind of. Yeah, so I think I love basketball, but I think I enjoy playing basketball. I enjoy playing paintball more. But I think that if you asked which industry would I rather be involved with, it'd be basketball every day. Yeah. Every day. Every day. I would much rather this be Basketball Ruined My Life and be able to like be one of the coolest basketball channels. Like that would be way cooler. Bo! Hello again. I hope that that's not like too loud. I like that GIF. GIF we're gonna call that? Incredible. I appreciate those guys. Faux show. Okay, now I should probably really go. We'll do a couple of these. Hey, Brad, did you take off the Super Chat donation list on the screen because of that hater sauce guy? What? I don't know. No, it's because it doesn't work half the time. Like, which one? It matters which one you're talking about. I would really like it to pop up in, like pop up right here, and it used to have people's comments and stuff, but, like, it's so delayed sometimes. Sometimes it's off by, like, minutes. Like the light thing would go off or it'd show up in the chat and then it'd pop up like 4 minutes later and like it's always so off. It's never like it's streamlined. So none of that stuff has ever really worked out that well. I mean, even this light going off is pretty quick. That's pretty good. But it just, sometimes it's all so freaking off that it's like, it's just annoying. Because like, I'd answer the person's question and then the goddamn thing would pop up on the screen 5 minutes later. So yeah. It was freaking annoying. Why are we talking about Vlade and Jason Williams? I'll talk about that. You know, the Kings or not the Kings, but there's, what's really neat, I think, since the NBA is, like, not happening, a lot of, like, the sports channels, like the local sports stuff, like Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area or whatever, they're going to start airing old games. So they're going to play, like, old finals games and stuff like that. Like in LA the other day, they had, like, Clippers-Lakers matchups on from the 80s. They're actually really good. Like, you'd think that, like, you know, you're like, oh, it's old. And like, but they're good to watch. Like, it's still really fun. Like, they're still super good games. Like, a couple years, or not a couple years ago, but a couple months ago, I was watching like Kings games from like 2001. It was crazy. It was like, man, these are good games. It really is. It really is. They're fun to watch, and it's kind of cool to like watch people that like, specifically for me, because like I've aged so much in the last 20 years, obviously, that like watching games they happened when I was like 16, I know so much more about basketball now. Going back and watching those games, it's very interesting. It's pretty cool. Evil One Hip Hop, I think Evolve One. I appreciate that. Absolutely, thank you, sir. Much so. Okay, I'm really going. Guys, I much appreciate it. If you want to come back here tomorrow, or some of these, I'm going to go back and watch some of this, I think. And try to put some of the clips over on the Ruined Clips channel. If you want to go subscribe to the Ruined Clips channel, there is a link in the description of this, or you can just Ruined Clips into YouTube, and I'll put some clips from this live stream over on that channel. Yep. So if you want, guys, you're probably subscribed, but subscribe anyway, because tomorrow we're gonna do another one of these. The Ultimate Rental. I thank you guys again. You were killing it tonight. I much appreciate it. Because when I say super chats help pay my rent, I am not joking. Not a joke. Jordan Sparks, I appreciate that too. What happened? Tom's messages are getting deleted. Okay, guys, I appreciate it. Come back tomorrow. I love you.